Yo, what's up, guys? Kova back again, doing another live stream. I was going to do this uh, tomorrow, but I'm doing it today because I launched the Kickstarter today. Um, Give me 1 second. I'm gonna drop some of these links off, and some of these chats real quick, so I can get some people in the live stream, and then we'll be ready to go. 1 second, guys. Do, 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 do. All right. All right. I think that might be. All right. And then the channel's dead. All right. Fuck it. All right. So, yeah. My Kickstarter for AWOL is live. And so far, we're about a third of the way to my campaign goal. So, if you can go support the Kickstarter, the link is in the chat, and it's also there's a QR code on the screen. So if you click the QR code on the screen, it'll go to the page as well. The Kickstarter is for the full graphic novel of AWOL, about 160 pages um, of just action, all this stuff. Let me see. Sorry, I'm fucking the clip the whole thing up. 1 second. I need to make sure this is sounding good and everything isn't. Sorry, I'm fucking. All right, let's make sure everything is crazy. All right. All right. Anyways, sorry about that. I'm trying to put my phone down. All right. So you start over. All right. So my Kickstarter for AWOL is live right now. This is for the full trade of Kickstarter. I mean of AWOL. This is a 160 pages of just action, all this stuff that I've been working for. If you guys back the first campaign, that was just like a sampling of what the whole story was. The first Kickstarter and the first chapter of AWOL was more of a self-contained story, whereas when we go into the second through fourth chapters, it becomes more of a linear story with multiple characters that you'll find out, new characters you'll find and see throughout the story. So these are some of the covers, the chapter covers for the book. I'm missing one. I'm waiting for the colored, but regardless, um, you'll learn more about the main character, whose name is Stokely. He's a part of this team called the Legionary Corps, who all have this ability to transform into these kaiju-like beings in order to fight the monsters, which are called the Brutes, and their whole entire they are a team, and their whole job is to fight these brutes under this corporation called the Legionary Corps. Stokely ends up going AWOL from the team because he finds out a deep dark secret about the corporation that he's working for. And so the story pretty much follows him as he tries to continue to fight these brutes as well as keep away from his teammates who are trying to track him down and bring him back to the team. Let me play the trailer for you guys. I got this trailer done a couple days ago. It's super duper dope. Yeah, so I did I got an editor. He did the trailer. Super duper dope. Yeah, we were about 30%, 30% live for the campaign, and yeah, uh, just doing really really good. I have a bunch of rewards available. some cover variant covers. This is my cover that I drew, and I got it colored by the homie Tevo. He did a really really dope job on the colors on this. This is gonna be the base cover for the book. This is cover B from Kevin Tran. He's a super duper dope artist. This is a super sick cover. I actually colored this cover. This is like really one of my first times really actually coloring a piece that wasn't mine. So I think it came out really dope. This is a cover from Anthony Haddix. He's another dope artist, comic book artist that I've met and talked to online, and I've actually interviewed him, and I also interviewed Kevin as well on the channel. You guys want to go check those out. Um, his cover is super sick. I love it. It's just like a battle scene. Looks super, super dope. And I love the colors he used for the pieces. And then this one is from Ryan James Webb. Another just dope artist that I've known for like a last year or so. I met him through artist collective that I was a part of, and he's just a super dope artist. He's really good at just doing various different styles, and I just loved his style. He did his piece of like AWOL as like a mixture between Popeye, and I thought it was super dope. So I hit him up to do the cover for this one. So all these covers are available. These are all like the tiers and rewards that are available for the campaign. We have the digital tier, which is the full high quality PDF of AWOL Volume 1. We have the cover A physical, and all the physical backers are going to get a digital copy as well. Kevin's cover, Anthony's cover, and Ryan's cover as well. And then I have a tier where you get all four of the covers. And there's a little bit discounted price compared to just getting each of them individually. And yeah, I also have an original art cover, original art reward pledge as well. I need to update the page shit. But it is the original art pack, so essentially you can get um one piece from the book. Whatever you're choosing, what I'm gonna do essentially is whenever the campaign is done, I will send you the PDF, and you can just pick whatever page you want, and I will include it with your copy of the book. So if you want to get a piece of original art from the campaign from the book, it's available as well. A few add-ons. Most of my add-ons are books from my bibliography. A lot of the books that I've worked on or I've created within the last year. So Spider-Man Nobody's Safe. It's a double-sized deluxe comic. Is a bootleg Spider-Man comic that I made. My Tit for Tat comic, which is my horror comic, which asks, what would your imaginary friend do if you're being brutally bullied? Troll Call, which is an anthology book about dealing with trolls online and in real life. This is a book that I worked on with a group of artists that are super, super dope. This is one of my favorite books that I actually worked on, and I always want to keep it in print as long as I can. And then a new book that I did, another bootleg. It's Dragon Ball Z Grand Design. It was a book I did with a bunch of dope artists. It's pretty much us and a collective artist. We chronicleize and go through the history of Dragon Ball Z and show our appreciation for the amazing dope manga and mangaka Akira Toriyama. Here's some more pages from the book. A lot of these pages are like pages that haven't been seen before, and I'm also like showing characters that haven't been seen before as well. So if you read the first book, none of these characters were even in the book. I had a plan for all these characters to begin with, but I knew when I wrote the first chapter, I wanted it to be more of a self-contained story. But as we continue on, it does reveal more of the world and stuff like that. So I even redrew a few pages, like I redrew this scene. So in the original first chapter to the final product in the first trade will be different. Some of the pages will be different, a little bit. Pages included, some pages that I took out and redrew. So yeah, so it's all grayscale, black and white, just an action-packed comic with I I think is a great story, and I would really appreciate if we get this book to life. I have a couple cool stretch goals. I got a new sticker pack. So in the first campaign, I had a sticker pack when there were 3 different stickers, and now I have new stickers. I have Kevin Tran's cover as a sticker, the AWOL logo as a sticker, and then a chibi version of AWOL of Stokely, as well as a sticker that will be available if we hit this stretch goal. And then the second stretch goal is everybody will get a copy of Power Metal Magazine, which is a new magazine that me and a collective of artists are putting together. And it's a monthly, like, think of like Shonen Jump, heavy metal, something in that vein, a bunch of just super dope artists, different stories. Is going to be available for free physically as well. I mean, digitally, but also you will be able to get a physical copy from the artists who are contributing to the book. The book doesn't come out until January 14th, but if we hit the stretch goal, everybody will get a complimentary copy of the book as well. This is a cover I drew for it. I'm really, really proud of this cover, and I'm really just proud of this magazine that we have been working on. And so, yeah, if we can get this book backed and we can get hit those stretch goals, everybody get a copy of all that stuff, and it would just be super duper dope. I'm really excited for this campaign. This is like originally that was my plan for the first AWOL campaign, was to do a full trade and not just do individual issues. But I ended up just doing it like that just because of timing and stuff like that. And I just want to test my waters. And I'm glad I did that, because I learned a lot from the first campaign onto this next one. So like just um not as stressed out or even worried about the stuff. I'm just ready to just get the campaign going, and hopefully I can get funded. I got funded in a week last time, so hopefully I can get it funded sooner than that, and we can start working on the stretch goals and all the other fun stuff. So another thing I did earlier this week, I posted on my secondary channel in the in the community post about like questions that you guys might have, or what y'all would want me to talk about in my next video, and just like questions that were related to like comic book stuff, or just like tips and tricks or things that you would want me to talk about. I want to try to do more content on the secondary channel about just like my thoughts and pertaining to just how to function in as a comic book creator. And it's not necessarily just um content that's just like, oh, I'm going to teach you how to do this, or let me show you what this. And I want to do more um methodical, more internalized thought thinking, and how to curate your mind and thought process in order to be successful, at least in my mind. At least the success that I've been able to reach so far, and what I can show you, and how I've been able to get to see certain spaces and stuff like this. So some of you guys commented and stuff, so I'm gonna try to go through these comments and see if I can answer your questions. So the first question right here is, okay, maybe talk about other people who are coming up with you. People who make comics and stories like you, and stories you like. I always think it's cool to see what kind of stuff artists are making. What kind of stuff artists making comics are looking at as they come up. So it is natural to keep your eye on other stuff that is coming up along with your own work. What's That's what I'd like to see, to be honest. Um, so man, I mean, I've this last year I've been in the community with a lot of different artists, talked to a lot of different artists. Um, I mean, I look at a plethora of things. I don't just look at like superhero stuff. I don't just look at mainstream stuff. I look at indie stuff. I look at um, just so many different artists and from different varieties. And I think all looking at all those different artists kind of have helped me curate and figure out the style that I want to go to. And I've just learned a lot from looking at other artists and how they kind of maneuver within these spaces. I think that is like the pretty important to like pay attention to, not just how people draw or how they draw or their styles, but also how at least the ones you want to be successful, the ones you see that are successful, and the ones that you see are in your as your peer, right? You kind of want to pay attention to how they maneuver and how they function, and even not just the things that they do successfully, but the things they might have failed at, or would you perceive as something that you wouldn't want to do, and how you can do that better. So that's just kind of what I've learned a lot from paying attention to other artists. I support all the artists, yeah, even if I don't particularly like their stories or their art style or whatever. I like to support everybody. No matter what. If people ask me for advice, I like to give advice. And as well as I'm not shy about asking people questions either. That's something that I've just do. Like if I see something somebody's doing, I'll ask them, like, oh, where'd you get your book printed at? Oh, how did you learn how to do this? Or what did you do to do this? And always pick people's brains. I think that's very important. I feel like it's a thing that a lot of people don't do. But you know, yeah, I just pay attention either silently or actively to other people and see what they're doing, and I guess maybe their methodical process as well, what their thought process was into going to doing certain things, business decisions, creative decisions, a lot of that stuff. Yeah. Next one, we see the waves. You see the waves. You see the waves. Is that what we're talking about? No, I'm playing. All right. So the one after that. How does one maintain an upload schedule when you should take breaks? How long does it generally take to create one volume? How do you monetize your comics? This. Nigga asked me 20 questions. Okay, so first thing he asked was, how do you maintain an upload schedule? And I'll even add that to even how do you maintain a comic book schedule, right? I learned really, really fast was front loading your creative endeavors. Um, uh, 2 years ago, I was working on a web comic for my website, which is erased from history right now. And what I did was before I even dropped the first chapter on my website, I drew the first 3 chapters beforehand, so it gave me a 3-month buffer in order to continue to maintain a monthly schedule. And that's the thing that most professional comic book artists and mangaka do pretty much. They will front load a lot of their content or their pages, their chapters or whatever, so they can maintain a time buffer in between posting and or dropping comics and pages and whatnot. And that's something, I guess, I don't know if that's like a hidden thing. I don't know if people, I don't remember who I watched or where I learned that from. It just seemed like the thing that just made the most sense to me, just in general. Um, so that's just something I just do, and I brought that same methodology to making content as well. So what I would do with content, well, specifically with this channel, with my main channel, with the video essays, I kind of found a routine that works for me. Like, okay, I know how long it takes for me to write a script, to do research and write a script. That's like about a couple days, and then how long it takes for me to edit a video, and that and it I just kind of figured out how to maintain the schedule. I actually dropped a video on the channel about how to like what it looks like to maintain a time schedule, and that's something that's very, very important for a lot of artists to do. Let me see. This video right here, it's about time, and I pretty much just talked about how I figured out what time management works and what it looks like, and what made sense for me, especially with my specific lifestyle. Everybody's life is different. Everybody has a different way of going about doing certain things, and I just think using your time, making your time work for you is probably the most thing you can do. So you just got to figure out what your energy capacity is, how much time you have in order to use that energy in the most productive way possible, and then just continue to tweak that schedule until it starts working for you in the best way. And I realized, like, during these times at night, because I'm a dad and I'm a husband, so I figured out that doing all my creative endeavors at nighttime, it just works best for me. I can't do creative things in short bursts, like short bursts of time, like 30-minute intervals, like here and there throughout the day. I need like a couple hours to like work myself up, whether it's drawing or writing, or doing research for videos, or even doing these videos. I just need a lot of time and to get my mind worked to do this stuff. And then I also use this time as a space to decompress from the day. Because obviously, like, I have a full day of doing stuff. So when I use this time as my me time, so that is hopefully that answers the question about just like how do I maintain my upload schedule. So essentially, just front load all your work, front load all your work, and find times throughout your day that you can be the most productive. That's the best way to maintain an upload schedule and a comic book schedule as well, like dropping pages monthly and all that stuff. All right. Next question he asked, or they asked, was, when should you take breaks? That's easy. Take breaks when you're tired. For me, I don't overwork myself. I don't draw till I'm dead tired, because one, that's just dumb. I want to enjoy my time drawing. I don't want to be half asleep or half awake trying to draw or write or whatever, because in the end the product is going to suffer. So if you want to take a break, to take a break. If you mean like a long-term break in between creative endeavors, that's just really up to you. For me, right now, technically, I'm in my break mode in between creative endeavors, because I just finished the AWOL comic, and right now I'm working on the Kickstarter. But here shortly, probably like in a week or so, I'm gonna start writing scripts for my next comic, and stuff like that. So, and however long it takes me to do that is going to be when I start drawing. But I mean, I haven't stopped drawing, but I'm like, as far as like comic book related stuff, I'm going to be scripting and thumbnailing this next like month and a half, And but I usually like on the daily, if I'm just tired, I don't want to draw or I don't want to write, I'm just not going to, and I don't beat myself up about it. As far as just like long-term breaks, that's really up to you. I wouldn't recommend taking too long of breaks because then you'll lose that habit of constantly creating, constantly writing, constantly drawing. So, that's really just up to you. Again, it's up to your capacity to maintain those things. Um, how long does it take to generally create one volume? How do you monetize your comics? Again, usually for me, so I know that I know personally that I would be able to draw a 24-page comic in probably a month. So usually I give myself a realistic timeline when it comes to making my comics. So I usually, depending on, since I know I can do 20 to 25 pages maybe in a month, I'll give myself probably, so a full volume for me is probably like, for AWOL, right? It's 160 pages. I drew it in about 6-7 months. I probably could have drew it faster, but I did take a break between like chapters 3 and 4, like because I was doing I forgot what happened, but I took like a little mini break in between that time, and I started focusing on, I think, doing YouTube channel stuff or whatever the fuck. I don't remember, but I probably could have drew it all in like about 5 months. Like, so if I could do 20 pages a month, probably like 4 or 5 months, I can draw a full volume of a comic, like 120, 140 page comic. Um, and then how do you monetize your comic? There's many ways to skin that cat. It just really depends on where you want to go as far as monetizing your comic or making money off your comic. I chose to go down the YouTube content creator route, using these platforms in order to promote and show off my comics. It's worked for the most part. I've been able to get sales off of it. I've also been able to monetize off of my YouTube channel. So that money from that I get from my main YouTube channel, I pretty much use that money in putting it back into making comics and buying equipment like this microphone I was able to, and this webcam that I have. I was able to pretty much buy this stuff off of the money I made off of my YouTube channel. And you know, there's like, again, there's a lot of different ways to make money off of comics. It's just how you want to go about it. You can sell your original art, you can do commissions, you can do covers, you can go to a bunch of shows, sell at shows, you can do, farmers markets, you can try to do consignment or sell your books at comic shops. There's a lot of different ways to monetize your comics. It really just depends on what's available to you. Maybe you start a Substack, a Patreon, or whatever the fuck, and hopefully you can post your pages on there and people will pay to read your comic. It really just depends on how you market your books and how you uh build an audience that really wants to fuck with your artwork and your comics. It's a lot of different ways, again, to skin that cat. uh What's off the software you use for making comics? I use Procreate, pretty much, and then I call it a trad digital style, which is pretty commonplace at this point. So what I do is I draw all of my pencil lines, my thumbnails on Procreate, put it in blue line, print it out into something like this, and then I'll ink it. After I ink it, I will scan it back in, and then if I need to fix anything or I color or grayscale the piece, I would do it in Procreate as well. I usually mainly do Procreate, and then I use the Affinity Suite stuff for like formatting my pages and or making like thumbnails for my YouTube page or stuff like that. But those are the only two programs, like Affinity Designer and Photo, and then Procreate, the only three programs that I use. And if you don't know what Affinity is, essentially it's just like generic Photoshop. It's cheaper. There's no subscription base. It was like $120, and I got 4 things. Like they have an InDesign and like an Adobe Illustrator type program, like a Photoshop type program, and then a publisher type, like Adobe Publisher type program. It's just the same thing, but it's just cheaper. And Procreate, again, is also, it's like Clip Studio Paint, but Procreate, it's only like $10. It's only an Apple, so if you don't have an iPad, I don't know what to tell you, but it's only $10. I would recommend don't fucking buying anybody's brush pack. That's just a waste of money because it comes with like 100 or something brushes. And like I paid for a bunch of brush packs when I first got the program, and I essentially only use 3 fucking brushes now. And it was just a waste. I got caught up in all that and it just doesn't matter. Um, how to collaborate, how to make an anthology, discuss setup for your magazine, and how you chose or came to work with the artist in it. So I didn't do any of that. That I was just a person who is a part of the magazine. If you go, well, more will be revealed about the magazine here in the near future. But essentially, I would just say find a bunch of artists who are like-minded, like you, who have drive and ambition, who want to make a book, and then also, are able to maintain a work schedule and contributing to the book. I would also say build your own platform and stuff up yourself, and not rely on other artists to help contribute to something, because people have daily lives and things happen all the time. So some people may be able to contribute one month and may not be able to do the next month, and you don't want to be relying on somebody else to help you uh, build the project up. You want to be able to do it yourself. And then hopefully, I mean, I think community amongst artists is super dope and great. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But I would say before you try to do an anthology book or do something with other people, I would say start figuring out how you make a comic on your own. And then, hopefully you can find a community of artists who are willing to do stuff with you, and continue to make projects with you, and stuff like that. Um, I was lucky and I found a bunch of dope artists to work with, and who were serious about their craft, and wanted to not just draw and for fun, but actually wanted to make a book, and continue to do something, and progress as we continue to do this. So hopefully you guys can find some people like that. You know, there's a lot of people groups, and there's also just I know there's like Discord chats you can find, and fucking pages on Reddit, Facebook groups and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say force it or try to go look for anything. Things will naturally just come to you. That's kind of what happened with me. And yeah. Uh, what is the next one? Is there a proper way to start publishing your comics? Are there any taboos in the industry aside from plagiarism? Are publishing a comic and or book the same or similar? There's no proper way. There is no proper way to publish a book. That's just really up to you and what you want to do. I chose right now what's afforded to me, which is self-publishing and crowdfunding. These are the best avenues that I found to have worked for me so far. Even before I was self-publishing, I was just putting my own money into bringing my books to life on my own. So that's just something you just got to start with. And then, if you get lucky, or, maybe you can find a distributor or a publisher who wants to produce your book. That's just really up to you. I would say the easiest way to reach out to a publisher is not go to their fucking submission guidelines or any of that dumbass shit. I would say go to the publisher pages, go to the followings, and find the editors. So, like, if you go to a book, like, for example, I just picked up this $1,000 book the other day. Absolute universe, thousands of dollars. So if you go look at the book, look at the credits on the books, right? All these other people on here, right? You see these names: Scott Snyder, Daniel Warren Johnson, and all these other fucking people, right? They're totally unimportant if you want to get your books published. Let me see, where the fuck are the credits in this big? So right here, this says the assistant editor is Ash Padilla, and Andrew Marino. Go find those people on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, wherever the fuck, and DM them. Those are the people who probably don't have that many followers, who are more than likely going to check their DMs, and hit them up and be like, yo, I'm a comic book artist. I have this work. This is my portfolio. I have these books that I produced. I would like to maybe get published through you guys, or if you know a place that I can get my books published. I've seen it literally happen. Two artists that I've talked to, that I've been in community, they literally just found editors on Twitter, DM'd them their work, and they are published. One guy I interviewed on here, Young Wavy, he said he DM'd an artist, editor for Mad Cave on Twitter, sent him his pages, and he got work. He's literally going to be published, I think, next month on Mad Cave, because he did that. Another guy, his name is DD Mark. Look him up on YouTube. He was really popular. He doesn't really post no more, but he's been published. He did the same thing, and he DM'd an editor on I'll show you both. I got both the books actually. So he DM'd an editor on Twitter, did the same shit, sent him his artwork, and now he got his fucking webcomic published through Dark Horse, and he also got published through Viz Media. Like literally, that's all you have to do. The social media is here for a reason. It's not for. I mean, you can have fun and fucking look at AI slop and shit, but if you want to be for real, if you don't want to be an independent artist and do it on your own, do Kickstarters and crowdfunding and promote yourself, and you want to go down the path of being published, go to those DMs. I get this guy right here, Young Wavy. He did the same thing. This is his book he produced through Amazon KDP or whatever. So shit, I dropped the book. What y'all know about this? It's the Japanese one. Anyways, yeah. So if there's a lot of different ways to go. That's just literally what you got to do. If you feel confident enough in your talent and you feel confident enough in your skills to produce a comic in a timely manner, hit up the editor in the DMs. You might get lucky. You might go viral for some posts, and they might hit you up or follow you or something like that. It just really depends. And then, what was the last thing you said, man? Are there any taboos in the industry aside from plagiarism? I don't know. I'm not in the industry. I don't fucking know. It could be having the wrong political view at the time, talking shit about somebody that everybody likes. I don't fucking know. It all just depends. But what doesn't matter, what's not taboo, making money for these companies. If you make enough money for these companies, you can do whatever the fuck you want. So, just fucking, I don't know. I don't think I'd ever am going to be in that space. And if I am, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Like, I guess, yeah, you said plagiarism, but I don't know, whatever. So I don't know what the taboos are. I'm not published to anybody. But I would say, again, if you make enough money for these people, you kind of just do whatever you want. So, and are publishing a comic book and or a book same similar. I mean, I guess it's similar. You got to go through to publisher to get a regular book published. Same thing with a comic book. So I would assume they're pretty much the same. I don't know. Yeah. Thanks for everybody who submitted all those questions. I'll try to do those again another time. But again, my Kickstarter is live right now. AWOL Volume 1, the full volume, full trade, available right now. Click the link in the chat. It's pinned to the chat. QR code on the screen as well. If you scan the QR code on the screen, you can support. I really appreciate it. We are a third of the way to the funding goal, and then hopefully after that we can start doing the stretch goals. This is something I worked on all last year. I had a really great time working on it. It was something I just was a goal of mine to get a full book done, and I did it. So now I just want to get it published and get the book to your hands. It's literally completely done. I already got it looked over a few times, edited, all that stuff. I literally just have to send it to the printer, click print, and then call it a day. So yeah, so now let's do some drawing. I got some drawings. So I've these last couple days I was working on these pieces to kind of drum up, they're character design pieces for the characters in the books that haven't been really revealed yet, but these are very important characters in the comic. So I drew a bunch of them in kind of the similar fashion. So there's this guy. This is Stokely, the main character, and all the other characters. So I'll try to ink one, maybe two pieces of these pieces tonight on stream, and then I'll post them. So I'll do the Stokely piece, and then I'm gonna do. Let me see. All right. me see what you guys going on in the chat, man. Bless. That's how Zoe Thorgood got her book published. Now she's currently doing new works. Yeah, I just started reading Zoe Thorgood stuff. I read what was that fucking book? The one about like her depression. That was really good. And then she has a new book, I think, about her brother who just passed away. So I'm interested to read that one. I've really been getting into a lot of memoirs lately. I think I've kind of, I wouldn't say I've outgrown superhero books because I'm still reading like the Absolute Universe stuff, but I've keyed in on like books that are fantastical. So that's where I'm kind of sorry, I'm checking my phone. All right. Anyways, so that's where I've kind of going. Yeah, Zoe is pretty dope. She's a really good artist. I really am just interested in seeing how people interpret their like the memoirs and just doing all the regular stuff, and you know, all that good stuff. I think it's interesting. But yeah, man, like a reader. Wear your white gloves, Kova. I don't have any white gloves. Appreciate all the love, Brian, Vlad. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Dale. Buy one brush pack, then I went back and buy real brushes. Yeah, those brush packs are a scam, man. When I first got in, I was like, bro, I bought I've gotten a few brush packs that I don't regret buying. Like I got and some of them are free. I would just like Google free brush packs. There's a bunch of free ones also, but there's like 2 brush packs that I use. There's one that's the one I use for all my gray tones. I don't regret buying that one or I think I got the one for free. I haven't been able to find it since. And then I have another brush pack that I use. It's like a manga, quote unquote manga brush pack, and that one's really dope too. But I don't even. I literally love just inking on paper now, so it's just like, yeah. Oh yeah, I appreciate you, Massive Panda, man. Yeah, the launch has been great. It's doing really good. I'm having a freaking cool time doing it. I'm just like glad I did the first one when I did, and like now I just know like what I need and what I want out of Kickstarter and stuff like that, and have a realistic expectation. So I think I appreciate it, man. I'm like getting there. Yeah, I got one from True Creator for tones, but I never used that brush at all. Yeah, I never bought one from those like companies that do it, but I always would buy them from like artists that I liked that I saw were doing digital stuff. And so I would just like buy it from them to see like, when you first get into drawing, at least for me, I'm gonna turn my camera off so I can switch the fucking fuck, I need to grab my thing. Son of a bitch. Let me grab my tripod so I can set up my camera on there real quick, and then I will continue with the chat. Y'all keep talking amongst yourselves. Oh. Oh shit. I bought this one just for this new webcam. Fucking stupid tripods and stuff, man. They're like 20 tripods, 10 different microphones. It's a bunch of bullshit. And it's like now that I bought all this stuff, I like force myself to like use it. I was like, well, I got this, so I need to use it, or I'm gonna have to resell it because it's just like if I let it sit there, it's just a waste. But because like the other tripod that I have, the white one is really only works for phones, and this one has this little it's like a traditional tripod, so that screw in, and the webcam that I got has the little screw in the bottom. So, oh, did you know the Savage Dragon video was gonna take? Honestly, I knew it was gonna do good, but I didn't know it was gonna do as good as it's doing now. I'm gonna be honest with you, Brian. Like, I honestly didn't know it. Like, like Glad said, I knew the Gooner title was going to like make some traction because it's an internet term. People say it and it's funny. It's just like whatever. But I didn't like this Savage Dragon video is has done the best that I think out of all my videos. Like, you want to say, I'm gonna turn the camera off so you guys don't get dizzy. One second. Sweet. I gotta move my microphone out the way, motherfucker. Sorry for the if it's fucking with your guys' ears. So this is a live show. I gotta adjust in the fly. All right, so like I was saying, that I did not think that the Savage Dragon video was gonna do as well as it did. I knew it was going to do better, because like again, like Vlad pointed out, I know how to kind of title stuff. Um, I wouldn't say I'm a chronically online person, but I know kind of what people talk about and doing online and all that shit. So um, I just knew like the term Gooner was just gonna be like, oh, people like it, and then but I didn't think like talking about certain artists and creators on like YouTube is kind of like a hit or miss. Just really just depends on like the artist and like whatever they got going on at the time, and then how you present the video. You gotta kind of have to like tell a story before you even before anybody clicks on the video. Like they have to want to, entice them and stuff. And I've learned a lot about how to kind of get video people um to want to read or like watch a video. I've like learned a lot, and I feel like learning all that stuff kind of has helped me. Like now I'm like, okay, I need to learn how to um shit. God. All right, sweet. Whatever, fuck it. Now I just like it's kind of like now I can apply those same things that I've learned about making an enticing thumbnail to like cover art and design work. What I do with the comics, I'm gonna try to like interpret all those things that I've been learning this last like 2 years into designing my covers for my comics and stuff, like the color schemes and like the patterns and all that stuff. It really was like a thing I had to like. 'Cause you have to like the problem with a lot of people on YouTube, they don't know how to make proper thumbnails, and like thumbnails and titles are like literally like 60, maybe like 75% of of whether or not your video is going to be successful. And if you're able to crack the code on how to make the proper thumbnails and be like clickbaity without being clickbaity, I would say be enticing. Clickbaiting to me is like saying something outlandish and then the fucking video or the content has literally nothing to do with that. Whereas if you can find a way to give whatever your topic of your video is going to be in a enticing way, then you should be golden. But that just takes a lot of time. You gotta like study other channels, which is like what I literally only watch YouTube, so I kind of know how other channels, like successful channels, get their views and like what they kind of do. And I literally like some of my thumbnails, honestly, I just like rip off of other channels. Like I'll see uh like my Daniel Warren Johnson video, for example, right? That thumbnail is literally a thumbnail this one hip hop channel I've followed for a long time uses, but he uses it for like every single video where he would like have the main guy in the front and then everybody in the back be like this dull red. And I kind of just did the same thing, and then I just made all the like Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, all the guys in the background eyes pop. So it adds a thing, and then the title, did its a thing, whatever the goat stuff. But yeah, yeah, it's just like, but it's also like the internet just doesn't make any fucking sense because I dropped before the Savage Dragon video, the video I did before that about the Unsharinko cult fucking flop. Like that was like my worst performing video like in a long time. I only have like 1,000 views, and I don't know what happened. Like like all the videos I dropped pretty much the last like couple weeks or like months, like 2 months, they didn't do like they barely even cracked 10K. Like yeah, I don't know what was going on. And I think it's just what it is. I know a lot of the YouTubers I'm following were saying like, oh, video essays are dead, and like YouTube is maneuvering to like different like these. They want live streams, they want clips and stuff. And I mean, obviously that's bullshit because the Savage Dragon video is doing pretty good so far. So we'll see. I'm not really trying to like care that much this year. Is like I'm not gonna care too much about that stuff no more. Like getting like a lot of views. I'm just gonna try to be consistent, and I know that like I make good videos and content, so I just think that it's just going to continue to naturally just grow on its own. Because yeah, that video didn't do good, but now that this video, Savage Dragons video, is doing good, people are going back and retroactively watching my older videos. So like it's a you will win the more consistent you'll become, right? And as long as I get one video, like if I get a video that does like a million views in like a week, that's literally just gonna roll over to all my other old content. Like right now, since this Savage Dragon video is doing so good, I'm getting like tens and hundreds of views now on my old shit. So it's kind of like, you know, yeah. I mean, Vlad, I don't watch any comic book content at all. Like, like if you looked at my timeline, you'd be like, dude, do you even give a fuck? Do you even like comics? Like, I literally only watch like NBA sports stuff, and then I watch like pseudo political video essays. Uh, not as many podcasts anymore. I've kind of narrowed my podcast down to like 3 or 4 because all the podcasts are fucking shit now. So yeah, I haven't watched any comic book content in a very, very long time. Just because I just like one, I make that kind of content, so I don't want to just fucking watch stuff that I can just do myself, and I don't want somebody recommending me videos, like not videos, but like comics, because then I'm just gonna want I'm not even going to want to read it. Like I'd rather like learn about that comic organically and then just find it for my own. I mean, obviously, if I see a video about it, like Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees, that book, I found that one because a video, like a very viral video, talked about it. The guy got like 1 million views off that video, and I watched like the first like 2 minutes of it, and I was like, oh, well, I'm not watching the rest of the video. I'd rather just read the comic. And I just kind of figured, like, I mean, I'm nothing against comic book content, and if there's like a comic book creator specific one, somebody interviews a specific comic book creator, and I see it on my timeline, I'm gonna watch it. But yeah, I just don't really engage with that stuff. I mean, once Power to the Panel comes back, I'm gonna watch that. But outside of that shit, yeah, I just don't watch none of that stuff. Nobody. Um, I mean, it gets pretty formulaic, and then a lot of people don't really have really interesting takes on things anymore. Unless they're just like making shit up or whatever. Not a lot of people have really great analysis on comic books or the culture of comics, and then like, I don't know. And then interviews, I'm just like, I'm not really like, I already watched a lot of I've already watched a lot of the interviews of the comic book creators that I've been interested in, so I don't really need to rewatch them. I'd rather like maybe try to get them on the channel to talk to a few of them, but there's only a few handful of creators that I even want to talk to. Like I think and most of the time I really won't be wanting them to come on so I can have their input on certain like topics. Like before I did the Savage Dragon video, like Vlad, I wish I would have known you were still up to date as a Savage Dragon reader, because I would have loved to have your input on like the topic, because I would have had a more informed view on the books and stuff. Because like I wasn't about to go read 120. Like I read like the first like 20, 30 issues. I was like, I'm not about to read fucking 220 more comics. Like, but I mean, I can skip around obviously and read. Like I read the issues that I talked about in the comic. I mean, in the video, but I wasn't gonna read all the in between context of like stuff. So, and like I wanted my next video. I already know I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do about what I'm going to do it about. Is a comic that I learned from my podcast, from the writer of the comic, and then I was like, man, this is actually a really, really dope comic that he made, and it's interesting. Like, and it's like I don't want to spoil it, but I'm gonna talk about that video, and I'm gonna do that video next. Probably gonna try to drop it. Like, my goal is to drop at least 2 videos while I'm doing the campaign, just to kind of drum up the hype for the Kickstarter campaign. And then I'm going to do a video about like kind of exposing the manga industry, and not like nothing like crazy, but just kind of talk. Like I don't like when people talk about the comic book industry in this weird context, as if the manga industry, as if it's like this better than thou, like, oh, everything's so great in the manga industry, oh, they like know how to make real art, and this other shit, and like that they all just do it on their own, and that's why they're so good, and da da da, when it's just a bunch of bullshit, and just more other stuff. I'm gonna connect it with other things. I just really got to grasp my mind behind it, and just contextualize certain things and just do more research. But I wanted, like, for that video, I need to talk to somebody who's actually worked in the manga industry in Japan so I can get their perspective. But there's obviously I don't know. Oh God, I got something on my fucking, what is that? Lotion on my fucking page, whatever. Fuck it. I don't know any current and or any people who've worked in the manga industry that speaks English. So there's Felipe Smith, but I have no way of getting in contact with him. Like, I DM'd him, but I don't think he really checks his DMs like that. So maybe somebody can hit him up. Like, bro, I need you. I need want your input on this video. But yeah, outside of that, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I can't wait for that video. I saw someone commenting about the drag about that. Yeah, that was, it's funny that he commented that, and I was like, damn, that's something I've already been thinking about, like about yeah. So yeah, that guy was on the nose about that. I'm friends with dude that was bleed. I can message him and see if he can. Oh sure, man. Yeah, yeah, for sure. If he's game to just talk about certain things, whether it doesn't have to be on camera, I can just, you know, we can just do a private interview or whatever the fuck, or, you know, it doesn't really matter. I don't want to just go, because some information about certain industries and stuff is not really relative online, or it's like hearsay, or there's no you know, I want firsthand research and firsthand you know, knowledge of certain things, and I don't want to be saying stuff or making inferring certain things without, you know, being properly you know, well versed on the stuff that I'm talking about, because I don't want people in my comments talking shit, and then I'm gonna get you fucking start crashing out, tell everybody to fuck off. So you know, well, technically is this, and I don't give a fuck what it is. Technically shut up. I'm playing, but yeah, that Savage Dragon, I'm gonna be honest, the Savage Dragon shit really surprised me, because I mean, if you look up Savage Dragon on YouTube, there's not really any popular videos about, like, interviews with Eric Larson and or like what's the word I'm talking about? Like, there's no, like, Savage Dragon isn't a popular thing online at all. So, oh man, yeah, Relatter, I would really appreciate that, dude. That would be real helpful. Yeah, that would be dope, man. What else did y'all say, man? Scroll up the chat a little bit. Hey, oh. Yeah, Jim was dope. Jim was pretty easy to get on. I'm not gonna lie. I went to his website and just emailed him, and then he was like, sure. So that was, you know, that was cool. Yeah, Jim's cool. I'm just mad that video, like, because I worked really hard on that fucking video about, like, adult comics, and I knew it was gonna be risky to put that type of content on YouTube, no matter how much stuff I blur out or shit, sorry, your notifications. Like, blur out all these images, and the context of all that stuff it's gonna be hard to work around a lot of stuff. So I'm really upset that it didn't like, it didn't work out the way I thought it was going to. So I mean, I put it behind a paywall just because, like, I worked on that video, and I'm not about to just, like, allow YouTube to make money off of my fucking video and try to keep me from getting paid from it. So I put it on Patreon and on the membership on YouTube. But the interview with Jim Rugg is available on this channel, like, and the same with Sean. And they're still good interviews, still good listens. Jim is, you know, he's a fucking encyclopedia. So you know, it was really, I learned a lot from that interview that I didn't even know, that I literally added retroactively after I talked to him. I was like, I need to add this to the script. I need to talk about this. I need to put this. Same thing with Sean. So it was really cool that I was able to at least collaborate with them. It just sucks that like, YouTube is just, you know, sometimes it's just as funny about certain things. Eric, he doesn't get credit. He deserves for that. No, for real. That was something I wanted to put in this video about Eric Larson, how he's the only one who never went back to work for Marvel and DC, but then he actually did. Like, he literally just did recently, and he did a little bit, like, of stuff here and there. But yeah, Eric Larson literally stayed down with his own shit. Like, he didn't fucking, like I said, like, he didn't, once the money was up or it wasn't making, like, he actually cares about Savage Dragon and making that comic in its purest form, and that's like why I really, like, give credit to him. And he's gotten better at drawing it too. Like even though like a lot of the stuff was, a little funky and whatever, super explicit. Even like when I was scrolling through, I was like, man, some of these battle pages are fucking dope. Like some of the way he coordinates certain fight scenes, his perspective, his force perspective is super on point all the time. He's just he's dope, man. He's just like super smooth, man. Like I would love to see his originals. Like I've been debating on buying the art book that he put out. I mean, I have this. I bought this like shit. I bought this a long time ago, so I mean, it's pretty much close to the same thing as the art book, the archives. So I technically don't need to buy the art book, but it would be nice just to see the raw scans and stuff. But these are super cool. I love the way Eric inks his shit. And then this is like my favorite thing he's done. Honestly, my personal favorite is this Spawn. What he was on the him and Todd were working together. Man, these pages are just super, just fucking like look at this shit, man. This shit is sick, man. I actually have the single issues floppies, and they're so fucking expensive. I don't know why. I mean, I know why because they're like a low print run, but I'm like, bro, why? But look at this shit. These are dope, man. And I didn't even know this was like a thing. And because I was at a store, a comic shop, and I was just like looking through. It was a shop I'd never been to, so I just like going through and looking at the back issues, and I saw that in there. I was like, oh, what? Eric Larson drew fucking Savage Dragon? Spawn? What the fuck? And then Todd McFarlane's inking. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, these are stupid. But I wish I would have bought the trade instead of freaking buying the actual pages. I mean, the actual floppies. The floppies are like $50 each, man. But fuck yeah. I've never seen this Bond. I need to get massive. Yeah, they're massive, bro. They're fucking dope, man. Like him and Eric Larson were just fantastic, man. They Eric Larson does a great job in Spawn. Spawn. Todd McFarlane he's a like super underrated inker, man. Like his inks are really, really good. Like I wish he would pencil pages. I wish he would just do another like get back behind the drawing board, or he works on a Cintiq, but whatever. But yeah, he really adds a lot of depth when he inks his other people's stuff. Like it's very noticeable when he inks people's work, and it's like I think it's really good personally. I want an artist edition Savage Dragon or World. Savage World of Air. Oh yeah, I gotta check that out, man. Yeah, like the stuff I was looking at, like everything. I stopped reading. I didn't even get to the 2000s stuff. I was still in the 90s whenever I was looking at the stuff. And I've seen like his pages here and there, and his like Eric Larson he's super dope, man. He's a really, really dope artist. But yeah, I wish. I mean, hopefully. I mean, I don't know how well that artist edition did, so I don't know if they're ever gonna make another one. But I know they're doing like the Youngbloods one coming out, I think this year, and then the Greg Capullo Spawn shit. I didn't know there was a second volume of Spawn. There's 2 already Vault editions of Spawn, so and those shits are expensive. I want the Max one, but that shit is like $600 on eBay. But yeah. Most of the last 5 years, those issues go for stupid money since the permit so low. Yeah. Eric Larson is dope, man. I love fuck Eric Larson, man. I have the Max one by far my favorite. Yeah, man. I wish I was collecting back when that shit came out because I would have bought that thing too, man. There's this guy I follow on Instagram. He made his own fan artist edition of Sam Keith work. So like he found like all the raw pages of like Sam Keith's like his covers for when he was doing all the Marvel Presents stuff, when he was doing the Wolverine stuff, he like made his own art edition and he put it up for download on his Etsy page for like free. Because I guess he must have just got it and printed his own version. And I think he might have like had like a little small print run for people to, I don't know, buy, but like whatever. But he put up the PDF on his Etsy or his Ko-Fi or whatever, and I downloaded it and I was like, man, this is super dope. And I've been wanting to do that for a few artists that have their pages online, but I just don't have the time to go be searching for people's fucking like I want to do one for James Heron because he's fucking sick. I would love to get like just to study his raw pages, but I just don't have time for that. That's just too much work. Like Felix Comics Art, like they have, I mean, they have all of his pages on there, and then Danny Moore Johnson has like 3 fucking art books out now, and I think I have all of them, so I'm pretty much maxed out on getting any of his artwork at this point. If he does, like I was thinking about getting the Duo Power Bomb, the French version, which is in black and white. I don't know why there's not a black and white version of Duo Power Bomb in English, but whatever. I don't need to read it. I just want to look at it. But yeah, his shit is super dope. It's crazy how popular the artist editions have gotten these last like couple years. Like a bunch of them always coming to Kickstarter now. All of them I've gotten so far have been dope. I got like Arthur Adams artist edition book. I got David Finch's one. I wasn't really fucking with it. I think it wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, I thought there was gonna be more stuff in there. Art Adams one was super dope, but David Finch one was a little disappointing. And then Daniel Moore Johnson one. I have the Extremity one. The shit is fucking ginormous. Like I can't even read it. Like I just got the Jason Pearson one, the body bags one. That one was super sick. Who else? I have the black and white Absolute Batman oversized thing that DC's been doing, and then I have Sanford Green's Doom one that they did also. I think that's pretty cool. The work in progress edition thing they've been doing. I think those are cool as well. Yeah, but one of my buddies let me borrow Do a Power Bomb, but I haven't read it yet. The artwork is awesome. Yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson really did a great job in Do a Power Bomb. Like the way he is able to displays action and like the wrestling stuff on there. I'm just like, dude, how the fuck were you able to even figure out that perspective and all this? I'm just like, dog. Yeah, that was like one of the first comics I read when I got back into reading comics, and I was like, yo, this dude is fucking phenomenal. Bay Ray Bill is super dope as well. We have 5 or 6 promos. Yeah, the artist editions they're super expensive, man. They are super expensive. So like, and then, I mean, if you have one for like the Daniel Warren Johnson one, like I could have just not got this last one he did it with the sketchbook because most of the stuff is just like shit. He's just you can just find on his like Instagram or if you go to his old blog and stuff. But it's still cool though. I felt like I just like really like Daniel Warren Johnson. So anything he does, I'm honestly just gonna support at this point. But like if you have the Extremity artist edition, you kind of have enough, at least in my mind. Yeah, the absolute Batman thing is super dope. It was super cool. Nick Dragata is super dope, man. I like his work he did in I think called Bad Habits or something like that. It was for the Cry Punch manga that him and Al Golf and all these other dudes did, but they did like him and I forgot the dude's name that wrote the comic. They got all those pages they put in that anthology and just made one trade, and they put it out earlier this year, like Bad Habits or some shit like that, and it's really, really good. I miss Extremity. Yeah, I think the Extremity one was like one of the fucking first Kickstarters. You know, a Kickstarter I just forgot about that. That I backed that I don't even know when the fuck I'm gonna get at this point. The fucking what's that dude's name? He's been on Batman pretty much this whole time he's been making comics. Jose Jimenez. I got his Kickstarter for his I did a Kickstarter that he did for his artist edition for his like all of his stuff, and I don't know when the fuck that's gonna come. And he's dealing with this company, and it's like they already have the solicitations for like whatever, and that's just like that shit just makes me so mad when I do a Kickstarter and then for like they like solicit it out to like other people like companies and stuff, and like I don't mind it because like obviously that just makes sense business wise, but it's like dude, like come on, like I don't even gotten the fucking book yet, like you fucking wait. Yeah, Georgia Mendes. Yeah, I don't know. It was like random. Like they did it like I don't know, like summertime last year maybe. I don't remember when they did it, but I'm still waiting on it. I mean, I'm not like I mean, I can wait. I'm not tripping that much, but it's just like damn. I forgot to even fucking back that shit. Like at one point, I backed so many damn Kickstarters. I was like, bro, I gotta stop. I gotta stop fucking backing so many, man, because it just like then I'm like constantly waiting and waiting, and I don't like fucking having to wait. But happened with heavy metal, yeah, yeah, because now I mean all the heavy metal. Like, did you end up getting all of them? Like, I forgot what the heavy metal deal was. It was like you're gonna get a subscription to all of them. Then whenever they come out, you guys just get them, or did you get all of the books, um, all at once from that campaign? Because I see them at my shop now, and I've looked at them. I think they're cool, but I'm not like gonna pick them up. I don't need to pick up magazines stuff. I mean, they have some cool art, like the Way Shack stuff. I would really want to check that out. But outside of that, like I'm not really interested in reading heavy metal. At least not at this point. I mean, when I was younger, I had a subscription to Shonen Jump, and then um, like the year later, they stopped doing physical books. At least sending them out to America. Like they stopped doing like American translated Shonen Jumps. And I was like, man, this just sucks, man. I just paid for my subscription, or my mom paid for it, I guess. But um, I think I have. I don't have any of them still, but I have one thing that they had sent with one of the books a long time ago. I still have it. This right here. The see the what's it called? The yearbook for members exclusives. 2013 was in like 7th grade, I think. Yeah, and then they like said though, yeah, they're not doing physical books anymore or magazines in America anymore. So I'm pretty sure they still have Shonen's out there, Shonen Jumps out there in Japan, obviously, but yeah, I don't think they mail them out anymore. I think they just send out the Takubans and stuff now, and then they have the digital app, which is like super dope. But I don't even read manga like that no more. I only read the ones that I've been reading, and that's it. I can't keep up with all these. There's too many new series that come out too often, and then a lot of times they're not even like that great, or they're like Shonen Jump or like Shonen manga, and I'm like, I can't keep reading these fucking battle mangas. Like, they're cool, I guess, but after a while, I also just don't like want to commit myself to a long term series anymore. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I've like right now. I'm like trying to figure out a good jumping point to get off of like Absolute Batman and all the Absolute series, but I've been finding it really, really hard because they just keep they're doing too good, man, on the Absolute Batman and Absolute Universe stuff. Like Wonder Woman is super good. Batman is good. I didn't read Superman because I didn't. Wonder Woman and Batman have been really good. I didn't really read Superman because I didn't really care for the artist, but they just got Jose Ferreira now, and he's just like his Ninja Turtle work was so good that I'm like, I'm just gonna have to. I just picked up the new Superman book, and I was like, man, I'm not disappointed. So I might have to start reading Absolute Batman, Superman now. But yo, what's up, Ictus? Man. No, I waited till it went to comic shops. I did it back to Kickstarter. Oh yeah. That makes sense. First issue was cool. I slowed down buying things and started really in conservatively. I mainly just buy athlete titles for my fix. Once I start working on my own shit, I slowly stop paying. And total excellence. I'm all in on the absolute since jump. They all make me smile. Yeah, the absolute universe is it is super dope. So most of my weekly pickups at this point are like things I've been committed to for at least the last couple of years. Long term series is like I've been reading Geiger, the Absolute Batman, and Wonder Woman. I was up to date with I Hate Fairyland, but it kind of got redundant, so I dropped it after like issue like 40 or whatever. Um, fucking what else have I been reading? Kaya, I've been keeping up with Kaya. Minor Threats, I've been keeping up with that. Because there's some series like I can tell it's like, well, this is probably gonna be a limited run, so I'll just wait till it comes in the trade. Like that one book that Rick Remender's writing with the bear and it's at war. I guess everybody wants to write fucking. Oh man, I appreciate you, if this man. Kickstarter's going well. Thank you. Yeah, I guess everybody wants to do like an animal book with serious tones since Beneath the Trees has been doing so well. So I guess Rick Remender came up with the idea to do that. What else have I been reading? Man, I read some of my coolest. I'm trying to remember which Wolverine. Oh yeah, Kyrie Andrews is a dope artist. I haven't read it yet. Yeah, that was another series. Like I saw it, I was like, I like Kyrie Andrews, but I was like, man, I can wait. I can read this either in trade if I really feel like it. Got Jeff on those bag ones. Yeah, now I don't know about you, Vlad, but I got every single issue of Absolute Batman. That set is going for like a couple grand on eBay, man. You might have to cash out. I told my wife how much it was going for on eBay. She was like, you need to go sell those. I was like, no, I'm just gonna keep them. They have sentimental value. I was reading the Batman Static stuff. That one's cool. I like Nicholas Draper Ivory. He's a fucking dope artist. I was reading Ultra Mega. That's over, obviously. What else have I been picking up? Just a bunch of just random shit. Like I right now, like I'm currently reading East to West. Like I took a break of East to West, but now I'm trying to finish it out. And then after that, I'm going to start reading books that are going to like pertain to my next project. So that are going to like inspire my next project. So like Ghost in the Shell, which I've never read before, but I've seen the pages. So I was like, I'm gonna read Ghost in the Shell. And then I'm going to start reading Baki the Grappler. I bought the first 2 issues just so I can like study the art, the fight scenes and how they coordinate. The artist coordinates fight scenes, and then yeah, those are going to be like some of my bigger inspirations for my next comic. And then I'm gonna pick up Akira and start reading Akira because I told myself I'm gonna start reading. And I also got the it's on the ground, but I got the absolute edition of the Dark Knight Returns because I keep picking Dark Knight Returns up and then I put it down. Then I need to pick, so I'm just gonna start reading that as well. So those are like some of the bigger books I'm gonna read this year. But yeah, they are dense reads, but I need something I can read long term in between the random pickups. Like after Geiger 20, I think I'm gonna put it down. Geiger is a good book, but it's just kind of like it's kind of lost esteem, at least for me. So I'm probably gonna put it down. Kaya, I think, is only got like 12 issues left, so probably by the end of this year or next year it'll be over with. But I'm gonna still keep following Wes Craig because he's a fucking dope artist. I think he's another project he's working on, but it's gonna come out this year or next year, so I'm excited for that. Did you pick up Hush 2? I didn't even read Hush 1, so no, I didn't. I'm not gonna read Hush 2. Honestly, I'm not really like a superhero person. If Absolute Batman, I really only picked it because Nick Dragata's artwork was so enticing in the Giant Batman, so I just picked it up, and I've literally not been disappointed. The only other Batman stuff that I read, I just finished reading this. This is something again that I waited for the trade to come out. So that Batman and Robin Year One, this is really good. I really liked it. Chris Amensi is fucking sick. And then I picked this one up last year as well, and I read all 3 of the volumes of Batman. And this is Batman Earth 1, super good. I like Gary Frank and Jeff Johns. I think they work really well together. So, and they're the people who do Geiger, and that's the only reason I even found out about this because I've been reading Geiger. So, yeah, super dope. But I'm not like a super duper. I was never like like all the books that I read are honestly like image books or like indie-esque books. Even like the manga I pick up now, I don't pick up really shonen stuff. I like pick up like manga that are already like finished. Like I read this one called Hauntress, which was older. Like recently, a lot of what's it called? Like publishers are buying like old Japanese manga that haven't been translated, and they're starting to translate them over and bring them over here, which I really really appreciate. Like Batsy Bats, Urasawa's book that it hasn't gotten translated yet, and I'm just like, hell yeah, I can't wait to. I'm about to start picking that one up because I've read it before, like some of the like fan translations, but I just don't trust those translations. So I'm just glad that it's getting translated over to America. Batman, actually, I love the Matt Fraction. See that one? I was debating on picking up the Matt Fraction Jimenez Batman, but I was just like, nah, I can't, bro. I just can't add too many more series to my book. So maybe whenever the first trade comes out, I'll pick it up, just like I did with Batman and Robin Year One, because I like Jorge Jimenez's his work. But I was like, nah, I can't commit myself to the Batman title. You know what's something I've really like been observing this last year since like the Absolute Batman and Ultimate like universe came back. Man, I think, man, if you do, I think Batman is the title now that really puts you on in that next that trajectory of superstardom as a comic book artist, man. Because there's been people who's done Spider-Man a lot, and none of those guys have really like those artists have really went crazy. I don't know if it's just like the stories or the writing or whatever, but like a lot of the Spider-Man stuff has just kind of been dropping flat. But like, Batman is fucking on fire right now. I mean, it's always been on fire. Batman has literally been holding up the comic book industry for like the last, like, I don't even know, but because there's so many damn different titles and they all sell fairly well all the time. But like, yeah, man, I've been noticing, like, man, because Nick Dragata was relatively unknown until this Absolute Batman shit. He's fucking out of here, man. I'm sure he's gonna just keep working on Batman until his retirement, his savings account is fucking tremendous, and then he'll stop working on it. But like, I feel like you get that on Batman, like the main Batman, or you get like a cool Batman thing, you're pretty much good. Whereas like you can't really say same about Spider-Man anymore. I don't think anybody's like. I mean, Ed McGuinness is on the last Spider-Man stuff I picked up, and I didn't even read it. I just picked it up because Ed McGuinness is one of my favorites. But yeah, I don't know if Marvel's really breaking any like dope artists anymore into those in those titles, man. I think DC's kind of had their thumb on the pulse as far as like new up and coming talent, new like younger talent that's like really doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're just gonna continue killing because they got like all the shit they're fucking putting out next year, right? They had the Lobo series with Jose Corona and Scotty Young. That's gonna be fucking killer. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It's not confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure James Herron is going to be doing a Devilman. I think he's going to be doing a Devilman series coming out next year. They're doing his Zendaya book and a few other ones that they announced. I'm like, dude, like, yo, that's going to be fucking crazy. Like, especially Devilman. Like, I really want to see what James Herron, because he has kind of like a Kirby-esque style as well. But he's just like, man, his shit is out of here, man. And I don't really know what the fuck Marvel's doing right now. Like, I generally don't. I don't know what title is hitting. I don't know what. I mean, I like Peach Momoko's Ultimate X-Men, but I just like Peach Momoko though. So that was a no-brainer for me to pick up. But even that series, I've been waiting to pick that up with trade. I haven't picked it up as a with the floppies like weekly. It wasn't on my weekly pool at all, but it was a good read. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I just love Peach Momoko. I'm always just fascinated by how she's able to do that painterly style watercolor. I love watercolor and do that in her cutesy girl style that she does. Ed McGuinness has been my favorite for decades now. Yeah, Ed McGuinness has been my favorite since the Red Hulk stuff, man. I actually have a Red Hulk and a figure right here and a Green Hulk. I just bought this one. Like the design is based off of the Ed McGuinness Hulk, and then I have this Red Hulk one, which obviously. And it's crazy how fucking ginormous the Red Hulk one is compared to the Green Hulk, but these are like my favorite figures I got. But yeah, Ed McGuinness, like I said in that video, he's kind of like a sleeper artist. He's kind of like, he does what he needs to do and he kind of just chills back. He doesn't do anything super crazy and he's only done like, he's really went from, he did DC stuff and then he did Marvel stuff. And then that's literally where his whole career is. I want to see him do something like different, but I don't think he will. I think he likes doing what he's doing, right? I think he likes doing super stuff and that's more power to him, but I would love to see him do like, I don't know. He likes wrestling. I would love to see him do a wrestling book or something. I don't know. DC's moment is on top of the moment. Best part of that is because they are legitimately good comics. That's a fact though. They are actually putting out. I think honestly because didn't they get rid of their publisher? It wasn't Dan DiDio, whatever the fuck his name was. He got fired. I don't know who the new publisher is. I don't know if it's Jim Lee or who's in charge of all that stuff. But yeah, DC's been doing the damn thing, man. This last year or so. So they've been doing really well. I'm honestly been disappointed. Like, I wish they would give more to like the milestone stuff. This is me personally, outside of like Static, a lot of the other milestone stuff I feel like didn't get enough love and attention and or like the right people behind some of those projects as they should have. Like, they did a great job with Static with getting Nicholas Draper Ivory as the artist for that because the style works so perfectly for that. But yeah, like Icon wasn't that great. Hardware wasn't that great. I just wish they would put more into that. So I don't know, but we'll see. I gotta get off cheating on superheroes, big two stuff, but I'm super really hard. Yeah, yeah, man. Oh, what was I gonna say? Yeah, the absolute stuff. Yeah, I'm the same with you. Like, I mean, I don't really shit on super stuff, but I'm not like a huge like, oh, I'm gonna pick up super, especially big two superhero stuff. Like if it's like indie and superhero stuff or like things like that, I'll give it a go. But yeah, they really had a plan for the absolute universe and they really executed really well. Like this isn't like the new 52 or any of the other shit. Like they actually have good comics and they have shit to say. I love that they waited to um I love that they've waited to actually like start crossing over with all the characters. I mean, the DC KO stuff I'm not really been a fan of. I picked up a few issues here and there. Even though the Deadpool Batman thing, I didn't realize that there's two different books. Like there's Batman Deadpool and then Deadpool Batman, which was like I don't know who fucking came up with that idea, but that was kind of stupid. But I mean, DC KO stuff, I know people aren't enjoying it. I haven't really because like again, they haven't had too many artists that I've like, oh man, like I really want to pick them up. Like I like the Wonder Woman and what's it called? The book they did, Wonder Woman and Lobo. That one was cool, but I like Jason Aaron. He's a dope artist, so that was easy for me to pick up. But I'm not gonna keep up with that fucking DCKO shit. I'm not about to be picking up all these books and stuff. But the Absolute Universe stuff is dope. I mean, I tried every single book. Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Batman have been completely flawless to me. Flash is cool, but I was just like, that's another book. It's like I'll just wait till the trade comes out for that one. I'll probably pick it up. Same thing with like um, Green Lantern, but those other three, perfect. He said, yeah, Nick. But yeah. I don't know what the milestone thing is just tricky though, because if you really look into it, a lot of it is self-inflicted, like amongst the founders, just like a lot of his bad business tact, a lot of them just not being on par or on code with what they were supposed to do to maintain the brand, and just like once Dwayne McDuffie passed away, it should just got more sticky. Like literally, Dwayne McDuffie is the reason people even talk about Static now, because he was the reason that they even had the cartoon and just all this stuff. And it's just annoying, man. Like we're never gonna get a Static movie. We're never gonna get any of that shit. Like it's too much legal stuff behind closed doors that are even just deeper than just making comics. It's just disappointing. But I'm just glad we have the original Static comic series still, all the original Milestone shit, and they've been reproducing it, so I appreciate that. So I mean, I have damn near a full run of Static in my long boxes. Like when I first got back into making comics or picking up comics, my goal was always to pick up Static and then pick up all the Invincible stuff. So I have pretty much both. Those are like my full runs of books that I'm always going to keep, but not like the other three. Yeah, the Lantern and Flash, yeah, they don't hit us as well. And man, I wish I had those milestone issues. Man, I'm massive. If you go to a comic shop, you'll be able to find like a Static and a Hardware and a Mile. Like you will be able to you'll be able to find all those books. Like they're not like inexpensive or hard to find. Some of them are, but most of them are pretty relatively easy to find. Like a lot of the shops out here, I was able to buy most of the stuff relatively easy. So cool. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, this is like a promo piece I'm just gonna do for the page. This is just the main character Stokely. So I just think this came pretty good. I got some time. I'll do one more after this, and then I'll try to hop off so I can go chill out. I have a really bad problem. I don't ever fucking sign my artwork. Like I have it's like a habit. I'm done. I toss it aside, and then like when I scan it in on my iPad, I'm like gray toning or whatever coloring. I'm like, damn, I forgot to fucking sign this shit. So I'm gonna try to do that more often, but it's a problem. I just don't. I mean, I don't know. So yeah, I got this one, and then I have. Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm fucking up. Sorry, I'm in a tight spot right now. All right, here we go. So this is another character from the book that is going to be popping up in in the new chapters of AWOL. So if you guys are interested, let me run my little promo real quick for you guys. So yeah, the Kickstarter is live right now. We are doing fucking good. We are about 30% of the way, first day. So that's fucking awesome. Again, 160 pages, super, books already done. Essentially, it's just paying to get the book printed and shipped to you guys. I have a bunch of dope art, cover art. So this is my cover, colors by my boy Tevo, super dope artist, and he blessed my piece with the dope colors. This cover's from Kevin Tran, super dope artist, comic book artist. He sent me this. I actually colored this piece myself, which I'm really, really proud of. I thought it came out really good. This piece is from this cover. It's from Anthony Haddix. He's a dope artist, another comic book artist. Go check him out. All the links to all their pages are on the Kickstarter page as well. And then this cover's from Ryan James Webb. A fucking sick piece. Looks super awesome. You can get all the rewards. There's the digital. You can get the cover A, and then all the variant covers are the same price, as well as you can get all 4 of the books as well. And then also the original art. I don't know why I thought I put it on here, but you can get original art as well from the book. It's 160 pages for a page of the original artwork. You also get a copy of the book as well. And then I have all of my AVOX comics bibliography available as add-ons. So you get Spider-Man Nobody's Safe, Tit for Tat, Troll Call, and Dragon Ball Grand Design. These are the books that are available right now as add-ons for this campaign. Here's some of the pages. This is a character. His name is Grand Ranger. He's a fucking, if you read it, he's a crazy, super dope guy, but he's also a piece of shit. You'll find out when you read the book. This is Stokely's. He's about to transform. This is the monsters. These some of the other characters that are in the book that he fights with. Here's Grand Ranger again. This is him in his human-based form. This is just like his superhero form. This is one of the monsters that was revealed later on in the book. Fucking crazy monster. I love this panel. This is like I referenced Jujutsu Kaisen. The I forgot the main villain's name, but there's a panel that's similar to this, and I kind of like referenced that as the inspiration for this panel. I think it came out really good. Action packed. This is a redraw of the transformation scene. This is inspired by Yu Yu Hakusho. If you know, you know. Deep cut. But yeah, this came out super dope. And then stretch goals. I have a sticker pack that for the first stretch goal. I had a sticker pack for the last campaign. I just like stickers, so I just want to do more stickers just so I can have an excuse to have more stickers for myself. But this is the Kevin Tran's cover. This is a sticker, a Chibi Stokely sticker, and then the AWOL logo as well. And then the final stretch goal will be everybody will get a complimentary issue of Power Metal, which is a underground comics anthology book that me and a bunch of other dope artists are going to be putting out monthly. The book drops digitally January 14th. You can read that for free. But if we get this book, this campaign, up to $2,000, everybody will get a copy of the book. Super dope. This is my cover. I drew for it. So yeah, guys, if you guys are interested and can go support the Kickstarter, I would really, really appreciate it. All right. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's always my pet peeve. I hate it. Like, especially like if you're a writer, I get it. You have to wait on the artist to get the book done, and you need the funds to pay the artist. I get it. But if you are the writer and the artist, and you're fucking doing a campaign and you don't have the book done, dude, fuck. Come on, man. Like, get it done before. At least have it 90% of the way done, man. And I mean, I gotta say, out of all the campaigns I backed, I've only been burned by one campaign so far. And it was for this comic book artist that I'm not gonna mention his name, but he fucking like he ended up, I backed all of his Kickstarters and I was supporting all of his stuff because he was doing this series and they were super dope. I really liked the style, like this artwork, and he ended up getting a job for like a professional publisher. And he was like, he wrote updates like, yo, I'm doing work for this book for this publisher, IDW, or I forgot, with Dark Horse or some shit. And then when I'm done, I will, come back and fill out the book. And it's been about 3 years and I still don't have the book in my hands. You know, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not gonna like, I'm not a person to like blast somebody or talk shit. It was only $20, but it was just like the principle of the situation. It was just a little annoying. I just like, I'm just never gonna support him again until I get my book or I get my $20 back, whatever happens first. Which obviously is probably gonna be none of them. I think I know who you mean too, man. Maybe Vlad. I don't know. He was at Heroes Con. I can say that. I remember I was like, this motherfucker's here. I was like, this motherfucker, bro. But yeah, I mean, it was whatever. It is what it is. Like, it's like, it sucks. It's kind of shitty, but like, I guess, bro. Like, whatever. Like, I'm just not gonna buy your books anymore. And yeah, and it's funny because I see his books at this comic shop. I just see it just sitting there, and it's like, yeah, fucking dickhead. Carmen always buying your books because you're fucking scammed out all people who are actually supporting you from day one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, like it's just annoying, but it's like whatever. At least it's not like I backed like a fucking huge campaign, gave like $200-300, and I didn't get the book. Like, it was just $20, but it's just like whatever. Because like those people who were like waiting on Rob Liefeld to send them that fucking Brigade book or where the fuck it was. Like, I feel bad for those people because I know they spent like upwards like 60 fucking or however much it was for that book, and that shit's never gonna come, and then he's never gonna be held accountable for it because he's Rob Liefeld, I guess. I don't know what, whatever. He's just gonna act like it never happened. So, but I feel bad for those people. Those people who actually give like real money to help you bring something to life, and then you fucking don't do anything. That's actually shitty because like that's like money they could have spent on something more meaningful. Like $20 is $20. Like $20, like, yeah, it sucks. I missed out on a meal or something like a fucking fast food, but hundreds like if I never got the Jose Jimenez book, I'll be fucking pissed off because that was like $200. Like that's my phone bill or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but whatever. That pissed me off. Yeah. And then when people do shit like that too, it also fucks up the platform. And people are like, man, I don't want to fucking use Kickstarter. Fuck this. There's one guy I found that I followed a long time ago, and he did the same thing, but he used what the fuck is that other one? Indiegogo. So I already knew it was gonna be a scam from the rip. I was like, oh yeah, he's on Indiegogo. He was like a younger guy, and he got like a bunch of variant covers from like actual like pros. Like he had like David Finch variant cover and a couple other fucking people that are like professional like comic book artists. And the book is like 2 years behind because I don't know why he did this, but he penciled the whole thing right, and then he ended up passing it along to an inker, and he had a professional inker that's like a working inker, like he's working on things right now. So I'm like, why didn't you just fucking ink it yourself? Like, and so now he's like I mean, he's not being asked. Like people are like, oh, can I get a refund? He gives them like I've been just slowly just kind of just checking to see like what's if his book ever came out, and people say like, oh, I want my money back. He'll send them the money back, but so like good on him for that. But it's just like, bro, like you kind of like, yeah, exactly, yeah, Vlad, yeah, exactly, that guy. So it's like, bro, you kind of fucked up your momentum because I remember him getting a lot of hype because like, oh, he's young, he's 18, 19, whatever fucking old he was, and he draws fairly well for the most part, but you can't paint with pencils, and that's the yeah, it's just like, why did you even like if you weren't ready to do the Kickstarter or if you didn't have the book done, why the fuck did you even do it? Like, and I remember at one point he like made an update. He's like, oh, I'm gonna redraw some so the whole thing. And some people are like, what the fuck? What do you mean? You said the book was fucking done. You're gonna redraw? Is it because you don't like it now? Like, nigga, that's not how that shit works, bro. Like, you need to fucking have this shit done for it. Like that. Like, and to me, is like you just set a bad precedence for who you are as a creator. Right? You just like kind of fucked yourself. Like, come on, dog. Like, you should have just had that shit and just, if you don't like it, fuck it. I mean, the people are gonna like it that support the book. Obviously, they liked it enough to give you money for it, right? So, like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, he fucked his momentum up with doing that shit. Get you big fish. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just think he wanted to. I'm being honest with you, inking isn't that hard. Like, I understand there's a craft behind inking and stuff, But like, dude, just fucking do it yourself. You took a lot of advice from idiots. Yeah, I think he was kind of like pseudo comics gay, right? I don't know. I mean, he used Indiegogo, so obviously like he had something, but I don't like. I didn't really follow him for a long time because once I saw him like doing the Indiegogo shit, I was like, no, this nigga. I was like, man, this guy's about to scam people. I'm good, bro. Like, if the book ever comes alive, then I might buy it just to check it out. But I'm cool. I'm not about that, and the book's never coming out, so it sucks. Talked to him a lot before he launched, and yeah, because I remember like sometime a few months ago. I went back and I watched a lot of the older David Finch streams because I saw that he would do like lessons and stuff in there, so I would watch him, and I knew he would be in the chat, and I guess that's how he kind of develops a relationship with David Finch by being uh that he was being like he's saying he was like I guess he knew David Finch or whatever. I don't know what the fuck what his relationship with David was, but um and then I talked to one creator on stream and I asked him about him because I had just found out. I was like, oh, do you know this kid? He's like, yeah, that guy. He's like, he's kind of a little bit of comics giddy. He kind of got a lot of juice from kind of being in that space. And so, yeah, he kind of like just fucked himself over, honestly. Like, because now essentially, like, he could have been doing shows, doing all this other shit, and like actually being out there promoting his book. 'Cause he's like, I'll give it to him. He's pretty good for what it's worth. His style isn't my cup of tea, but like, yeah, he kind of just fucked. He kind of just fucked like his whole like name up, honestly. Back here by the trash, yeah, David or gems of humans. He just loves help. Yeah, Dave Finch is cool. I mean, I met him at Heroes this year. He's a little awkward, but like I was like, man, I love your stuff. Like I love your show. And he was just kind of like, oh, thanks, man. He didn't even say that. He kind of just looked at me like I was being crazy or something. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm just being a little much. I guess I don't know. I wasn't even being that intense. I was just kind of like, yeah, man, I watch your streams. I really like your stuff, and I really appreciate it. And he was like, okay, cool. Yeah, he's super awkward, man. And I was like, all right, cool, thanks, man. I forgot what book I got signed by him. I think I got like my Moon Knight or is it on the wall? I'm trying to look if I have it. The fuck did I get signed by him, man? I don't remember. Whatever. I got some books signed. But if you marry this, she seems like she's definitely the personality in the group, and like she's funny on the streams. I like her. I don't know if she was there or not. I don't remember what she looks like, but I know David was there. He was with his whatever his fucking publishing or his art rep is. So Art Adams there too, and I got a bunch of shit signed by Art. Fucking Art Adams shit is so dope. He screwed himself big time. His style bores me, to be honest. Yeah, he's definitely kind of going for like that old school, like 90s image style, and it's kind of like it. Yeah, it's kind of dead. But I was just like more looking at like the what's it called? The potential because he was so young. I was like, oh man, this guy he got pretty good pretty fast, like for what it's worth. But I don't really see him. I don't know. I mean, I don't really follow him no more, so I don't know what he's doing exactly. Like, I haven't seen him being like I would have imagined he would have got published by somebody or something by now, like, or kind of worked his way into that. So I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what he has going on at this point. Actually, it's crazy. I seen him at my first Heroes Con. I kind of saw him in passing. I was like, oh, is that? I don't remember what his name was. I was like, oh, he looked. His name's like Josh or whatever the fuck. I was like, oh, that's him. I just kind of saw him. I didn't say nothing to him, but obviously I don't fucking know him, but. I just remember seeing him there. I was like, oh wow, everybody comes to this fucking show. That's what I thought to myself. But I don't know. I mean, it's just like weird things that just happen along on through these fucking spaces, man. There's a lot of weird activities and shit, and I think it's just funny. I'm sure you find it. But yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, why is it taking so long to put this? I was like, I thought the book was done. Like, what the fuck is taking so long for him to get this book to everybody? But we all learn differently. Yep, that's a fact. We all do learn the hard way or the easy way. It just depends on what you want to do, man. Yeah, man. Let me see. Ooh. Yeah, that that fucking Savage Dragon video is doing crazy. I'm honestly baffled because I was like, man, whatever, and that shit's doing bonkers numbers, man. It's always good to listen to everyone, but also think of organization, not everyone works the same path. Yeah, that's for sure, man. Like you have to like when I was like you gotta learn to take everybody's advice with a grain of salt. I was actually wanted to like talk about that about how like there's like especially online, there's a lot of these people who are like gurus and shit and try to tell you like, oh, I know how to be successful and stuff, and then but they never fucking did it themselves. Like meritocracy is like dead, you know? And there's a lot of people, especially like when I first got back into being online and checking out like creators online, seeing who's like who and like kind of you know what the vibes are in the spaces and stuff. The first space I fell into was like the indie image comic space, like I'm not comics manga space. And bro, that space is so fucking childish and toxic, man. And there's like people in these spaces that are just like talk. Like there's people in these spaces that make like content about how to make manga, but don't fucking make manga. So I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna explain how to write a manga or how to draw all this shit? And y'all don't even fucking have any pages under y'all's belt, let alone any like writer, like nothing. Y'all just are like, oh, let me show you how to make a battle, how to make like how to write a tournament arc. Oh, how to do power scaling, how to fucking like what the fuck? Like what are we talking about here? And then there's these other people who like, oh, there's one guy, I'm not gonna mention his name because fuck that guy, but he like had his whole channel just talking shit about indie creators, like indie image, like on manga creators, and the dude's a fucking idiot, man, and he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time. It just like was, and he's kind of like he was kind of like red pill, like trying to like red pill manga spaces and like fucking talk shit about like again like creators and like talk shit about like their he would either talk about how their artwork wasn't good or he would talk shit about how like if they were like so it was either talk shit about their skills or but if their skills were better than his, he would talk about their business acumen like, oh well, he's not making a living off of it, he's not doing it. And I was just like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? And then every time somebody would like debate him or like confront him about his topics, like a few times he just got owned every single time he had a conference, like an interview with somebody that would like challenge his viewpoints, and then he would just like he would back down and just be like, "Oh, well, like, why do you even care about what I had to say anyways?" It's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why are you on here talking all this crazy shit, and then you can't really substantially back your ideas with anything of substance? You're just like saying a bunch of like big words and making everything so like his videos were like super ominous and like all this like, "Ugh," and then it was just fucking dumb. So like, I don't know, man. It is fucking, yeah. I don't know. Stupid stuff. A lot of stupid people online. But I think he views. But that's it. He's not getting any views either. So like it's like he's one of those people like I was talking about earlier. He don't even know how to like do it right. He don't even know how to grift the right way. Like how the fuck you trying to do this red pill hard, like there's so many examples on how to grift and you're not even doing it the right way. Like if I wanted to, bro, like I could literally show you how to do this shit. Like I can literally fucking start trashing like, oh, this comic book artist did this and and he's a fucking duh and make a bunch of AI slop thumbnails like those grifters guys do, and then I'll be fucking, you know what I'm saying? It is easy to grift, man. It's not that hard, but just start making shit up because people don't like to double check or fact check shit. So it's like, but if you don't even know how to grift right, bro, what the fuck are we doing? But yeah, there's a lot of those channels that like I followed and um just watched, and I was just like, bro, this is a fucking. That's how I found out like DD Marcus. He was legit. DD Marcus a legit artist. He was the one that I kind of learned a lot of like how to mirror my work ethic off of, because that dude fucking like he was a machine, man, and he was like in college and stuff. I think he has like a bachelor's degree and like he was getting his bachelor's, and now I think he's working on his master's degree now. I think that's why he stopped making comics and stuff, because he was just like, I guess he wasn't getting where he wanted to monetarily, so he kind of just like took a step back to get like a real job. But that dude was like not like you can read if you go to Manga Plus and look up Ruthless Render. He has like 12, 13 chapters of it on there, and he was dropping those chapters like fucking like monthly, maybe even sooner than there. And they weren't like short chapters; they were like fucking like 60, 70 page chapters of just like dope artwork, and he was just a machine, just going, 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 and also he was running his YouTube channel as well. He had like 80K, 90K on YouTube, and he was dropping videos consistently and just doing all this stuff. I think he kind of just got burnt out with the whole thing, and he kind of reached his peak, like not peak, but like he got where he wanted to. He got published literally by Viz Media, like a Japanese manga thing, and that was the last Japanese manga company and Dark Horse. So it's like, bro, you did it, and nobody can really say shit because they're not even close to the space that you got. God damn, this fucking stupid fucking my black marker's running out, man. I need to gotta soup up this new one. But yeah, DD Mark, look him up on YouTube if you Vlad or whatever. He's a super dope guy. He has like a lot of good videos, just like him just kind of talking about his experience doing stuff, and he has like how to draw stuff. He was kind of trying a lot of different things. He kind of got popular during COVID time, and that's where I found him. He was super dope, and like he was somebody I kind of looked at. And I was like, oh yeah, I kind of want to be like this guy. He's a good art style, great work ethic. So I hope he comes back and continues to work on his stuff. He didn't like announce that he quit. He kind of just went like MIA, like the letter DD and then MARK, DD Mark. You'll find him on YouTube easily. He's pretty popular. And he's a really good he's like really good at editing and stuff. Like he's like literally what I try to like as one of the people I put like I looked at as one of the artists and just like creators and like how he kind of functioned and maneuvered in this space. But I think his only flaw was just he didn't maximize monetization, like how to make money off of all this stuff. And then granted, like I mean, I'm right now in kind of this space of like I have a real job, so I can't really speak too much. So like it's easy for me to kind of say like, oh, I can just do this and not get paid from it because I actually have like a real career. So it's a little hard. But he was like a college kid and he was doing all this stuff and killing it, man, honestly. But I hope that he can get back into the mood into doing stuff, because he was published by like Saturday AM at first, and he had kind of falling out with them, and then he started doing his own thing. Like he literally like at one point was the most most read manga on Manga Plus, like the indie manga website. Like I'll look it up real quick for you guys so we can look at it real quick, and then I'll finish this piece, and then fuck. Look at it real quick. Yeah, but he essentially just like I said, just fucking killed it. Did a bunch of shit in such a short, like he was like a flash in a pan, like essentially, like he was just going crazy, like 5 million views in his first chapter. He's like a million on every single chapter. His first 5 chapters have a million views, and then this one has 7 million. This one's almost a million. Like he was the most popular person on the website at one point, and then like he's all these accolades and shit and all this stuff, and yeah, it's kind of like a Chainsaw Man meets Dandadan type vibes. A lot of people were kind of hating on him because it was like, oh, it's too much alike, and I was like, you guys are fucking dumb. Like, look at this shit. Like, look at these pages, and this is like his old stuff. This is just super dope, man. He's super good. He was also doing like a bunch of one shots in between time too. Like, and these aren't like, again, not 24-page books. These are this first chapter 62 pages. Like he's fucking sick, man. He has this one right here, Car Baby, 80-page one shot. Look at this shit, man. Like that's crazy. Like, and he was doing this shit in like real time. Like you were seeing, he was in between doing this. He was working on Ruthless Render, and like, look at this guy. He's just great artwork, man, and just easily readable. He's just a bunch of cool. He's really dynamic with his art, his fight scenes and stuff. I mean, his writing isn't the greatest, but I think it still holds up for what it's worth, especially for like a web comic. Fucking sick, man. He was like one of the guys I really paid attention to a lot of the times. Is it showing? Oh, it's not even showing, is it? Ah, damn it! Not a fucking idiot, dude. Sorry, let me go back. Yeah, he's just a dope artist, man. I didn't even know it wasn't showing. Sorry, guys. But yeah, he's a freaking look at this. Like he's just a dope artist, man. And he was doing it in such a really short time, and it's like like a real like a legit like manga cut type shit. I was like, bro, you're gonna. And he was talking about how he was burnt out. He was like sleeping 3 days, 3 hours a day, and all that stuff. And I was like, bro, you're doing too much. But now he fell off the face of the earth, at least for now. Yeah, yeah, it's really good, man. I told you about that. He's super dope, and he's super slept on. Like, but um, I'm sure he can. Like, he has such a strong following that I'm sure he'll like if he pops back up when he does eventually, he'll have something like good to write and stuff. And he was working with like editors in Japan and all this other stuff. And I think he just kind of realized that he wanted to do something um more sustainable, at least for his money and lifestyle and stuff. Yeah, that is definitely unsustainable. Like live, and that's what I'm like. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was saying when I said earlier. Like you gotta sometimes you just gotta take a break and take a rest, man. Like you don't need to kill yourself over this stuff. Like that is fucking ridiculous. Like I never, bro. Like, but I'm just it's just crazy that he was able to do all that, and then the quality of his work got better and better and better, and yeah, he was able to maintain all that, and then the YouTube channel as well. Like getting a bunch of subs, getting a lot of views on videos, and just going viral, and just overall just being a dope artist. I hope he comes back, but he was definitely so I don't lose my mind. Yeah, I feel you, Vlad, man. Um, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know if I'll ever take a break. I hope not, but I do. I definitely would take like a couple weeks off here and there if I feel like it. Like again, like I'm technically in my break right now because I just been doing drawings. I've been practicing like doing like sketches, gesture drawings. I've been trying to like really practice my perspective stuff so I can do like for my next comic is in the city, so I got really gotta be able to draw a background, and I really want to like drum up the environments and stuff. So I'm gonna really like try to study perspective and landscapes, cityscapes, and just kind of how to do all that. I hit up a couple pros that live around here, comic book artists that I met at some shows that are like professionally published. So I hit one of them up and asked him if he would ever like link up with me and we can just go over some art stuff, some art tips, and maybe do like a little bit of not training, but like sessions, I guess is what it's called. Just kind of him, just give me some advice on how to do stuff. So I'm waiting. He said he had a deadline, so hopefully when he's done with that, he can hit me back and we can because he literally lives like around my neighborhood. Like I've met him at Heroes Con as well, and he was like, "Yeah, I live right down the street from pretty much where you live at." And I was like, "What the fuck?" So he gave me his email and his card and stuff. So I was like, "Oh fuck it, I'll just shoot my shot and see what he says." And he was like, "Yeah, sure. I got a deadline, and so whenever I'm done with that, and he's gonna hit me back." So yeah, yeah, breaks are definitely needed. Yeah, man. And then I feel like when I take a break, it just makes me more enthusiastic to get back into working on these projects, you know. So she said, "I'm a cry baby, can't be a lady, G Mercedes." Mm-mm-mm. So what you got coming up next, Vlad? You're working on another comic, some pieces, some commissions. What your what's the future hold for you for this year, my boy? Shit. Monster, sweet man. Can't wait to see it, dog. That'd be sick, man. yeah, I'm literally like, once Kickstarter's done, I'm gonna take a break from AWOL and I'm gonna work on my other project. It's going to be a superhero adjacent book. So I'm gonna work on that. And then I'm just gonna go back and forth between those two projects with AWOL and the other one. Like I already have the AWOL second arc pretty much plotted out, but I just want to work on something else just for, I don't know, just to break up the mundaneness of working on one thing for a long time. I don't know. But I already have all of the AWOL stuff essentially plotted out in my head, and I wrote down the beats for it. So, and then the other project is something I already worked on a long time ago. I'm just remastering it essentially, and just rewriting some parts. So it shouldn't take me that long to do it. And if that project I'm only gonna do digitally, so it will probably take me even a shorter time to draw it because I don't have to do the blue line thing and ink it. I can just have the files and stuff. So yep. So this is it. This is the other piece I did. See that? So it's this shorty with the knife hands. She's she shows him chapter 2 of AWOL, and then Stokely, the main hitter right here. So these are the two I got for now, and then I will ink the other two maybe on stream. I'm gonna try to stream a little bit more since I'm gonna try to like promote the Kickstarter. So I'll probably hop on stream sometime next week and do like a weekly cap. So far, so good though, man. We are. Oh shit. Oh man. All right, sweet. Yeah, so we're like right now 30% backed the campaign. So the goal is hopefully to get completely funded by the end of the week. If we don't, it is what it is, but I'm gonna keep promoting it. So again, if you guys are interested, go click the link. It's in the chat. I'll drop the link again in the chat for those who don't feel like scrolling up. And if you can go support the campaign, I would really, really appreciate it. It's a lot of hard work. The book is already done. It's literally 160 pages. Book that again done. All I'm doing is need the money to print the book and get it to your doorsteps. These are all like the chapter covers. And then these are all the variant covers. It's my cover. This is Kevin Tran's cover. Really fucking dope. Anthony Haddock's cover. Another dope cover. And then Ryan James Webb's cover. So all these are all available on this campaign. These are all campaign exclusive. So once I'm done, I'm only going to order just as many copies of these as get picked, and that's it. You can get a digital copy. These are the price for the physical copies. You can get the bundle as well as get a original page if you want to back that. With the original page, you also get a copy of the book. You can also do add-ons. You can get copies of all of my old bibliography. So my Spider-Man book, Tit for Tat, Troll Call, and Dragon Ball Z Grand Design. So yeah, if you guys can support, I really appreciate it. I would love to get to these stretch goals down here as well. So you can get 2 books. If we get to $2,000, everybody will get 2 books, for the price of 1 backing. I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you again for watching the stream. I will definitely be on probably again in the near future. So be on the lookout for another live stream. Yeah. Thanks, Vlad. Thanks, Dale. Thanks, everybody else who's in the chat. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.